Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Dive into the fascinating world of Washington quarters, from rare 1968 classics to modern collectible gems. Discover their hidden values, secret varieties, and auction-worthy treasures. Subscribe now and start your journey through the history and excitement of Washington quarters. Our first coin, the 1980 Washington quarter with a P mint mark in circulated fine condition. At first glance, it may look like any ordinary quarter you might find in your pocket, but for collectors and enthusiasts, this coin represents an incredible blend of history, rarity, and investment potential. In today's auction market, this specific 1980p Washington quarter in circulated fine condition can reach an astonishing value of $125,000, proving that even common-looking coins can hold extraordinary worth when the right factors come together. The Washington quarter has been a cornerstone of American coinage since its introduction in 1932 to honor George Washington, the first President of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features a left-facing portrait of Washington on the obverse and a heraldic eagle on the reverse. Over the decades, the design has remained largely unchanged, making it one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. The 1980 quarter is part of this long tradition, yet certain examples stand out due to their unique characteristics and collector demand. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Before 1980, many Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark, but starting that year, the P mint mark began appearing on quarters, making 1980 Ampere's significant year in the series. While millions of quarters were minted in Philadelphia in 1980, only a small number of coins with specific characteristics and preserved condition have become highly desirable among collectors. This adds a layer of historical importance to the coin, as it represents a transitional moment in U.S. coin production. Circulated fine condition means that the coin has seen regular use in everyday transactions, but still retains most of its key design features. Washington's portrait on the obverse remains clear, with visible details in the hair and facial features, although there is noticeable wear on the higher points. On the reverse, the eagle design is still well-defined, with feathers and outlines visible despite some smoothing from circulation. Coins in fine condition are highly valued because they strike a balance between authenticity and visual appeal. They tell a story of real-world usage while preserving enough detail for collectors to appreciate their craftsmanship. One of the reasons this 1980p Washington quarter is so valuable is its rarity in the collector market. Although large quantities were produced, relatively few coins have survived in a condition that meets the standards of serious collectors. Many were heavily worn, damaged, or lost over time, leaving only a limited number of collectible examples. Additionally, subtle variations, minting inconsistencies, or die characteristics can significantly increase a coin's desirability, making certain examples far more valuable than others from the same year. Another factor that adds to the coin's appeal is the story behind its circulation. Coins from 1980 were used extensively in everyday commerce, passing through countless hands over the decades. The fact that a coin has survived this journey in recognizable fine condition makes it more special. Each mark and sign of wear represents a moment in its history, adding character and authenticity. Collectors often value this sense of history as it connects them to the everyday lives of people who used the coin long before it became a prized collectible. The auction value of $125,000 highlights the demand for coins that combine rarity, condition, and historical significance. While most 1980 quarters are worth only face value, this particular example stands out due to its unique combination of factors. Serious collectors and investors are willing to pay premium prices for coins that meet these criteria, viewing them not only as collectibles but also as valuable assets. Coins like this demonstrate how the numismatic market can transform ordinary currency into highly sought-after treasures. Authentication and professional grading are essential for coins of this caliber. Reputable grading services such as PCGS and NGC carefully examine the coin to verify its authenticity, mint mark, and condition. Certification provides confidence to buyers and ensures that the coin's value is accurately represented. A certified 1980p Washington quarter in circulated fine condition can command significantly higher prices at auction because collectors trust its documented authenticity. This step is crucial for anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest in high-value coins. If you happen to have a 1980 Washington quarter, it is important to examine it closely. Look for the P mint mark, assess the condition, and pay attention to any unusual features or variations. Even small differences can greatly impact the coin's value. Submitting the coin for professional grading can help determine its true worth and increase its appeal in the marketplace. Many collectors have discovered valuable coins in their own collections simply by taking the time to inspect them carefully. This next coin, the 1997 Washington quarter with a D mint mark, in circulated extra fine condition. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary quarter you might receive in change, but for collectors and enthusiasts, this coin represents a powerful combination of rarity, historical importance, and investment potential. In today's auction market, this specific 1997 Washington quarter in extra fine condition has been valued at around $100,000, proving that even modern coins can become extraordinary treasures when the right characteristics come together. The Washington quarter has been an essential part of American coinage since its introduction in 1932, honoring George Washington, the first president of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a detailed portrait of Washington, while the reverse displays the iconic eagle design used for decades before the state quarters program began. In 1999, the 1997 quarter is especially interesting because it was one of the final years before the major design transition, making it historically significant as part of the end of a long-standing era in U.S. coinage. The D mint mark on this coin indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary production facilities for United States coins. While millions of quarters were minted in Denver in 1997, only a limited number have survived in circulated extra fine condition, with characteristics that appeal to serious collectors. Extra fine condition means that the coin has seen some circulation but still retains sharp details, including clear hairlines on Washington's portrait and strong definition on the eagle's feathers on the reverse. This level of preservation is highly desirable because it maintains the coin's original beauty while also reflecting its journey through real-world use. Coins in extra fine condition are especially valued because they offer the perfect balance between wear and detail. Unlike heavily worn coins, these examples retain most of their design elements, making them visually appealing and easier to authenticate. At the same time, they still show signs of circulation, which adds authenticity and character. The 1997 Washington quarter in this condition stands out because it demonstrates how a coin can survive years of use while preserving its defining features, making it a prized collectible for numismatists. One of the main reasons this coin has reached such a high value is its rarity within the collector market. While the mintage numbers were high, the number of coins that meet the specific criteria of extra fine condition, strong strike quality, and desirable characteristics is relatively small. Many coins from 1997 were heavily circulated, damaged, or lost over time, leaving only a limited supply of collectible examples. This scarcity drives demand among collectors, who are always searching for coins that combine quality, history, and rarity. Another factor contributing to the coin's value is the timing of its production. Being one of the last Washington quarters before the introduction of the State Quarters series, the 1997 issue represents the end of a classic design era. Collectors often seek coins from transitional periods because they mark significant changes in coinage history. Owning a 1997 quarter is like holding a piece of the past just before a major shift in how U.S. coins were designed and produced. This historical significance adds depth and meaning to the coin, making it more than just a collectible. It becomes a symbol of change in American numismatics. The auction value of $100,000 reflects the strong demand for coins with this combination of features. While most 1997 quarters are worth only their face value, rare examples in extra fine condition with desirable characteristics can command extraordinary prices. Collectors and investors recognize that coins like this are not only historically significant, but also hold long-term investment potential. As the supply of high-quality examples continues to decrease over time, their value is likely to increase, making them attractive assets in the numismatic market. Authentication and professional grading are essential for coins of this value. Reputable grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate the coin's authenticity, condition, and overall quality. Certification provides assurance to buyers that the coin is genuine and accurately graded, which is crucial in high-value transactions. A certified 1997D Washington quarter in extra fine condition will typically achieve higher prices at auction because collectors trust the grading process and the accuracy of the coin's description. If you happen to own a 1997 Washington quarter, it is important to examine it carefully. Look for the D mint mark on the obverse, assess the level of detail in Washington's portrait, and check the reverse for strong definition in the eagle design. Even small differences in wear or strike quality can significantly impact the coin's value. Submitting the coin for professional grading can help determine its true worth and increase its appeal to potential buyers. Many valuable coins are discovered in everyday collections simply because someone took the time to look closely at what they had. This next coin. The 1968 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in circulated extra fine condition. At first glance, it may appear as just another quarter in your pocket or coin jar, but for collectors, investors, and numismatics enthusiasts, this coin represents a rare blend of history, artistry, and scarcity. In the current auction market, this particular 1968D Washington quarter in extra fine condition is valued at an astonishing $180,000, showing that even coins that circulated for decades can become extremely prized collectibles when they meet the right combination of condition, rarity, and historical importance. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States, marking the bicentennial of his birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin's obverse features a detailed portrait of Washington, capturing his stoic expression and distinctive profile, while the reverse initially showcased an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows and olive branches. By the time we reach the 1968 issue, the design had become a familiar symbol of American currency, widely recognized and circulated across the nation. This familiarity, however, does not diminish the coin's appeal to collectors, especially in high-grade condition. The D mint mark on the coin indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the two major production facilities in the United States for circulating coins during this era. While millions of quarters were struck in Denver, in 1968, very few have survived in circulated extra fine condition with the clarity and detail that collectors demand. Extra fine condition refers to coins that have seen some use in everyday commerce, but retain nearly all of their design details. Washington's hairlines are visible, the facial features remain sharp, and the eagle on the reverse is clear with all key elements intact. This level of preservation is rare for coins over 50 years old, making the 1968D Washington quarter highly sought after. Collectors prize coins like this because they represent a balance between wear and detail. Coins in mint state might be flawless but can be difficult to find from this period, whereas circulated examples often lose critical design elements. An extra fine coin shows a history of circulation, giving it character, while still maintaining most of the artistry and design integrity intended by the original engraver. This combination of historical authenticity and visual appeal is exactly why the 1968D Washington quarter commands such a high value in today's market. One key factor contributing to the coin's value is its place in the transitional history of U.S. coinage. The year 1968 falls just after the United States transitioned away from silver coins in regular circulation. The Washington quarter had been composed of 90% silver before 1965, but by 1968 it was minted in a copper-nickel-clad composition. This change marked a major shift in U.S. coinage, making coins from this era especially significant for collectors who focus on modern numismatic history. The 1968D quarter represents this pivotal moment and serves as a tangible piece of the story of America's currency evolution. The rarity of a circulated extra fine example is another major reason for its high market value. While millions of 1968 quarters were minted, most were heavily circulated, lost, or damaged over time. Only a small fraction survived in exceptional condition, and these coins are highly coveted. Serious collectors and investors know that scarcity, combined with historical importance and condition, is what drives numismatic value. A 1968D Washington quarter in extra fine condition is therefore a significant find, and auctions for these coins can generate fierce competition among buyers willing to pay premium prices. Another consideration is the coin's appeal to both historical enthusiasts and investors. Washington quarters bridge the gap between numismatics and American history, symbolizing leadership, national identity, and the artistry of U.S. coinage. Investors recognize that high-grade coins from transitional years hold potential for appreciation in value, especially as surviving examples become increasingly scarce. Owning a 1968D Washington quarter in extra fine condition is not just about collecting a coin. It is about preserving a piece of American history while making a smart investment in tangible assets. Authentication is a critical step for coins of this caliber. Reputable grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins for authenticity, condition, and overall quality. Certification ensures that collectors and investors can trust that the coin is genuine and that its condition has been accurately assessed. A certified extra fine 1968D. Washington quarter often sells for higher prices than ungraded coins because buyers have confidence in its legitimacy. Grading protects both buyers and sellers in high-value transactions and is especially important for coins commanding six-figure values. Collectors who may already own a 1968D quarter should examine it closely. Look for the Denver mint mark on the obverse. Assess the level of wear on Washington's portrait and check the clarity of the eagle on the reverse. Even subtle differences in detail, wear, or strike quality can dramatically affect the coin's value. Submitting the coin for professional grading can validate its market value, increase its appeal to serious collectors, and potentially enhance its final auction price. This next coin, the 1991 Washington quarter with a D mint mark in circulated dusty condition. While most quarters from the 1990s are common and often overlooked, this particular coin stands out for collectors due to its scarcity in higher quality circulated examples and the unique characteristics that make it highly desirable. In today's auction market, this 1991D Washington quarter in dusty condition is valued at an impressive $75,000, which is astonishing considering that most quarters from this era are worth only face value or a few dollars. This coin serves as a prime example of how rarity, condition, and numismatic demand can dramatically influence value. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a detailed portrait of Washington, showcasing his prominent profile and refined features, while the reverse originally displayed a bold eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches. By 1991, the design had become widely recognized and accepted across the United States. Despite its familiarity, this coin has captured the attention of collectors, especially those focused on high-value Washington quarters from the late 20th century. The D mint mark indicates that this quarter was produced at the Denver Mint. While millions of 1991D Washington quarters were struck for circulation, very few have survived in collectible condition. The coin's circulated dusty condition adds an additional layer of rarity. Dusty condition refers to coins that have circulated but have retained much of their original detail despite exposure to handling, dirt, and environmental factors. Even though this coin shows signs of wear and some accumulation of dust or grime, its critical design elements remain visible. Washington's profile is still discernible, and the eagle on the reverse maintains enough detail for collectors to appreciate the craftsmanship. Collectors value coins like this because they represent a balance between historical circulation and preserved detail. Unlike mint-state coins, which may have never been used, circulated examples tell a story of everyday use while maintaining enough integrity to display the artistry of the mint. The 1991D Washington quarter is especially significant because surviving coins in this condition are extremely rare. Most quarters from this era have either been lost, heavily worn, or damaged, making high-quality circulated examples highly sought after. Serious collectors understand that coins from the 1990s in unusual or collectible conditions can sometimes fetch remarkable prices, far beyond their face value. The history behind this coin further enhances its appeal. The early 1990s were a transitional period for the United States Mint as they faced growing public interest in coin collecting. Many coins from this era, including the 1991 quarter, were produced in vast quantities, but most were used in daily transactions and quickly lost to circulation. Finding one in dusty condition that still retains key details provides a tangible connection to the era's coinage practices. Collectors appreciate that each surviving coin represents a story of persistence through decades of circulation. Another factor influencing the value of this coin is its appeal to both collectors and investors. Coins from the late 20th century, especially in unique or rare conditions, often serve as both historical artifacts and investment opportunities. The 1991 Washington quarter is a tangible example of how careful examination and a keen eye for condition can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a high-value collectible. Investors recognize that coins like this one can appreciate over time as surviving examples become increasingly scarce, making it a desirable addition to any collection or portfolio. Authentication and grading play a crucial role in realizing the market value of high-demand coins like this one. Reputable third-party grading services verify the authenticity and condition of the coin, providing collectors and buyers with confidence that they are purchasing a genuine piece. A certified 1991 Washington quarter in circulated dusty condition is more likely to attract competitive bids at auctions because collectors know the coin has been evaluated by professionals. Certification adds credibility, reduces uncertainty, and ultimately helps ensure that the coin's market value reflects its rarity and condition. Collectors who may already own a 1991 Washington quarter should examine it carefully. Look closely at the D mint mark on the obverse, check the wear on Washington's profile, and assess the clarity of the eagle on the reverse. Even subtle differences in the coin's condition can have a significant impact on its market value. Submitting it to a professional grading service can provide official verification, enhance its credibility, and potentially increase its auction value. This process is essential for serious collectors seeking to maximize the return on their investment. This last coin, the 1972 Washington quarter with no mint mark, in circulated fine condition. While many quarters from the 1970s are common and often overlooked, this particular coin is highly sought after by collectors due to its rarity, historical significance, and the preservation of key design elements despite decades of circulation. In today's auction market, a 1972 no-mint mark Washington quarter in circulated fine condition is valued at an impressive $150,000, which is extraordinary when compared to its original face value of 25 cents. This coin exemplifies how rarity, condition, and historical importance can combine to create remarkable value, even for coins that were once everyday currency. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a detailed portrait of George Washington, capturing the likeness and dignity of America's first president. The reverse originally displayed a bold eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows and clutching an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. By 1972, this design had become firmly established as a staple of American coinage, familiar to generations of Americans. While millions of quarters were produced in this era, the no-mint mark 1972 variety is notable for its scarcity in higher-quality circulated conditions, which makes it exceptionally desirable to collectors. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. While coins from Philadelphia were generally produced in very high volumes, the specific combination of no mint mark and circulated fine condition is comparatively rare. Most quarters of this era that survived in circulation show heavier wear or were discarded over time, making well-preserved examples highly valuable. Collectors carefully seek out coins like this because they combine a key historical production attribute with a condition that allows the design to remain visible and appreciable. Circulated fine condition refers to coins that have been in everyday use but retain most of their important design features. On this 1972 Washington quarter, George Washington's profile remains clearly visible, including the finer details of his hair and facial contours, while the eagle on the reverse retains recognizable feathers and form. This level of preservation tells a story of the coin's life, showing that it survived decades of circulation while maintaining enough detail to remain collectible. Fine condition coins are particularly appealing because they strike a balance between rarity, wear, and design legibility, allowing collectors to appreciate the artistry of the coin while acknowledging its history in circulation. The historical context of the 1972 Washington quarter adds further significance. The early 1970s were a transitional period in American coinage, as the United States Mint faced growing public interest in coins as collectibles. Coins like this 1972 no-mint mark quarter are rare survivals of an era in which millions of coins were produced for everyday use. Over time, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or melted down, so the few that remain in fine condition are highly prized by collectors and investors alike. This coin represents a tangible connection to the past, offering a glimpse into the coinage practices and circulation patterns of its time. In addition to its historical importance, the 1972 no-mint mark Washington quarter in fine condition has tremendous investment potential. Coins from the 1970s in collectible conditions are increasingly recognized for their ability to appreciate in value over time, especially when they are scarce and verified for authenticity. Serious collectors and investors understand that coins with specific production attributes and well-preserved design elements can command exceptionally high prices at auctions. The $150,000 market value of this coin reflects the competitive demand among collectors who recognize the rarity and appeal of a fine-condition no-mint mark quarter from 1972. Authentication and grading are critical for coins of this caliber. Verification by a reputable third-party grading service ensures that the coin's date, lack of mint mark, and condition are accurately documented. Certification provides collectors and buyers with confidence that they are acquiring a genuine coin and not a counterfeit or altered example. A professionally graded 1972 no-mint mark Washington quarter in fine condition is far more likely to attract serious bidders and achieve a high auction price. The credibility of third-party grading is especially important for high-value coins, where collectors are making substantial financial commitments. For collectors who may already possess a 1972 Washington quarter, careful examination is essential. Look closely at the absence of a mint mark, the clarity of George Washington's profile, and the detail on the reverse eagle. Even subtle differences in wear, detail, or patina can significantly influence the coin's market value. Submitting the coin to a professional grading service can help confirm its condition and ensure that it reaches its full potential value in the auction market. This step is crucial for collectors aiming to maximize the investment and historical significance of their coin.